So we're here walking and taking a tour, walk through on some available condo properties available for sale, listed for sale here in Destin, Florida. Emerald Gulf Coast, and beautiful properties. But actually two of them are owned by the same person. And I asked our realtor, our real estate agent, perhaps maybe why someone would want to sell their condos in such a beautiful location that are income producing properties and get out of these now. And I think that this is the answer to the question. Is actually it's going to resonate with a lot of other condo owners, and the simple answer is unexpected fees, unexpected costs associated with ownership. And this one in particular is facing a rather expensive assessment, several $1,000s. And when you take into consideration the amount of the assessment and the fact that this particular owner actually owns multiple units, then that cost is multiplied. But again, these costs are going to, in my opinion, continuously increase. And these costs can be associated with maintenance, HOA association fees, groundskeeping, amenities, property management fees. And it's going to really hit some of these landlord entrepreneurs that were using these properties as ways to supplement their income, but also, here, check out this plane. They were using these places as a way to supplement their income, but also have a vacation spot to come visit at a reasonable price, only to find out that that may not necessarily be the case too much longer, as they're potentially going to be upside down and unable to get the price necessary to cover their costs, to cover their fees with rentals and turn a profit, on top of perhaps maybe the likely possibility of less interest and or ability from renters in the upcoming tourist holiday spring summer peak season. And if there is interest, those folks may be only interested in the lesser priced, the more affordable options, whereas these $1, $2, some even $3 million condos will be far out of their price range. Here, check this out. I mean, the place is absolutely beautiful. Tons of amenities. Some of them even have their own personal elevators directly to their own units. But these added costs, these huge bills that are being dropped, due in full, there's no financing or partial payments or minimum payment options available, are really going to take a toll, as well as some of these owners could potentially have been negatively impacted and affected by job layoffs, especially those in the tech market, in the tech sector, and ultimately need to get out of these properties that they can no longer afford, knowing that their income to support them, their primary income as well as their rental income, is likely, wow. Man, that one's so close. But yeah, their primary income and the rental income that they would generate from these properties could possibly suffer and or be eliminated. Actually, ironically, one of the buildings right here, if you guys can see that, One of these buildings actually had water damage, and they had severe leaks that required a lot of construction and remediation to repair. Well, with something like that, as a rental income property, basically that's just going to put you in a position where you'll be unable to earn any of that rental income while that's going on. So you'll just have that carrying cost for an undetermined amount of time. And you know, with some of these costing folks over $15,000, some over $20,000 a month in a mortgage payment, that is a huge nut to swallow. Where most of them really only pay for themselves at the, you know, annually, and they're not necessarily producing a profit, they're just covering the costs. So when you tack on the inability to pay for itself, that becomes a huge burden, a tremendous burden. And in my opinion, this could potentially lead to some serious changes in the thought process and the interests of investors and owners, and possibly see a flood of these expensive vacation resort condos hitting MLS, popping up on Realtor, popping up on Zillow, popping up on Redfin, popping up on Trulia, whatever real estate website app you search for your properties on. And then that could then have a huge impact on the local economy, as well as the vacation property management firms like Vacasa, Sandestin, Airbnb, VRBO, Vrbo, the cleaning companies, the staff. Our economy is so intertwined and interconnected. Any minor hiccup or minor disruption could really throw a wrench in the system, and really, it'll be like throwing that pebble into a pond, and you'll see the water just ripple as it ripples out, on and on and on. And that's what we could possibly see. But you know, who knows? We'll have to wait, see what the future holds. But I'll continue to do my own research, my own investigating, to understand the dynamic and the reasons behind why people are starting to list these fantastic condos and these properties for sale. But perhaps maybe it could be a great opportunity for us as we are looking for a primary residence, and can potentially get an amazing deal and negotiate all these assessment fees and added costs and future projections of higher carrying costs and burden on these owners into the negotiated reduced price of our purchase, to help them get out from underneath this anxiety producing stress factor, which should be all fun and games, vacation rental, and allow us to scoop up a deal at a great price.